book babes? My name is Ainsley Marie and welcome to my library. Today's date is Tuesday, March 18th. This is a day I've literally been waiting for and been so excited for about over a year now, I think. I'm not sure when the news of the 5th book was released, but Haymitch's Hunger Games is coming out today. I am so excited. It is called Sunrise on the Reaping, and this is like the most requested Hunger Games book out of the whole entire fandom. I love that Suzanne Collins just like heard our request and was like, you got it. I'm heading into work and then I'm going to stop by the bookstore on my lunch break and pick it up. So I'm so excited. I don't foresee it being gone or being like unavailable, but you just never know. You never know. So that's my plan. I will see you guys whenever I have it in my possession. Look at the book that is in my possession. I'm so excited. So excited. With every purchase, you get a temporary tattoo of the signet or whatever that's on the cover. And I also got this quarter quell bookmark. Although it does make me feel like I'm part of the problem because it literally says that it's an admission ticket for the Hunger Games. I think if I were to be in the Hunger Games, I'd be not in the Capitol. At least, I hope that's the case. I want to start the book right now. I'm gonna. I don't even care if this means I don't go to bed early. I don't care. I don't care what the fallout of this is. I'm gonna start it. Also, something that I just started doing recently was taking the dust jacket off of my books. And before you say anything, oh, you should have always been doing that. No, I shouldn't have, because I have ADHD, and the second it is outside of my vision, I lost it. You know that tattoo I was so excited to tell you guys about? Lost it. I cannot find it anywhere. This tattoo that I wanted I was so excited about, I lost it already. I always kept my dust jackets on because I knew I would lose them. And now, being a mature adult, I have a designated dust jacket holder place that is right now holding 3 different dust jackets. But I digress. It's purple. And fun fact, my mom's favorite color was purple, and we love the Hunger Games together. We listened to them on audiobook together. We did Hunger Game movie marathons, like every year basically. So the fact that the newest Hunger Games book is purple and it is literally a month after my mom passed away, so beautiful. I just think it's crazy to me that years ago I had wished for this book. I had begged for this book. I was so excited at just the thought of her possibly writing this book. I was so excited to read this book before it even existed. And now I'm sitting here today holding it on the first day that it does exist. I'm gonna go get reading. I plan to only read like 3 chapters. We'll see what happens. I opened the book and the sticker fell out. I found my tattoo. I'm so excited. So it is the next day and I did not just read 3 chapters. I ended up reading 11, I guess 10, but I'm on chapter 11, and can I just tell y'all, I made the mistake of getting attached to a character way too early. And I'm so sad. And I just want to say, a lot of people said from just reading the Hunger Games original trilogy, a lot of people said that Haymitch and Katniss must have a lot of similarities because of how understanding he is with her. And I think through reading this book, it's definitely very clear that Haymitch's experience in the games very much parallel Katniss's. Not in a way that Suzanne was like, I'm gonna just like copy it. Like there's very apparent differences, but at the same time, you know, Haymitch lost his dad in a very similar way that Katniss did. Haymitch is leaving a single mom and a younger brother, whereas Katniss left a single mom and a little sister. So I think in terms of their life entering the games, very similar. As for their experience in the games, it's very different because obviously he's in a quarter quell and Katniss the first time was just in like a normal Hunger Games. So I think in terms of like their experience, also we do have to take into account that Katniss's experience is 24 years in the future. So the Hunger Games are not going to line up at all. I will say so far, Suzanne is doing a fantastic job of the development of the Hunger Games being right in the middle, because all of us who are reading this book probably read Songbirds of Ballad. Wait, what? Most of us have probably read the original trilogy, so we know what it looks like for the 74th and the 75th annual Hunger Games. Also reading the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, we now know what it looked like at the very beginning with the 10th annual Hunger Games. And I feel like for this book, she's doing a really good job of being literally right in the middle. Like, it is so good. Definitely watching this, we can see, okay, there's been a lot of advances from now to Katniss's time. A lot of things still have to change, but we've also seen a lot of development in how it was in the previous book. So I think it's just really interesting how this is the 50th annual game. It's just really good. I think I was telling my dad how timeline-wise it is so perfect. And not to spoil anything, but there are a lot of people in this book that we already know, and we're getting to see the younger versions of them. I think that's beautiful. I think that's one of my favorite things about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Granted, there was only like 2 people that were the same in the Hunger Games, but just getting to see them young, like President Snow, that was really cool to like travel back in time. But I think that natural progression has been insanely cool in this book. Obviously, I mean, we have Haymitch. I don't want to spoil it, but I think it's really, really cool how it's just a nice mix of obviously some people that we met in the Hunger Games, we can't meet them now because they're not born yet, but the mentors and everything, we get more insight into them that we didn't get in the Hunger Games and Catching Fire. And that's way cool. The people that I love in Catching Fire for being like adults in this book, they're my age. And I think that is devastating to obviously meeting them in Catching Fire. Like, okay, they are mentors. Like, they've been doing this for years and years and years. But in this timeline, in this book, they're my age. They're literally trying to figure out life just as I am, but they have to mentor these kids going into like this game of death. Like, I couldn't do that. Oh my gosh, what? I also want to say this is my first Hunger Games breeding experience that I'm making everything up in my own head. So Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, I watched the movies like 5 years before I even picked up the books. I just recently picked up these books in 2021, 2022. So very recent fan of the books. Have always been a fan of the movies though. But so I read The Hunger Games and I was like, okay, cool, this is great. But as I was reading The Hunger Games, I had already seen the movie. So like the movie was just playing in my mind as I was reading. And Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I got to read the book before I saw the movie, which was really cool. So I got to like, the plot in my head was my own. In terms of casting, the cast had already been released. I already got to see the trailer. So in terms of setting and characters, I had their faces in my mind. But for this book, this is the first time reading a Hunger Games book that I am creating my own characters in my mind. I mean, kind of. It's actually cool because some of the characters that you know and love, I'm just trying to like make them look younger, and like that's interesting too. But so this is the only book that I don't know what the setting looks like. I'm trying to make it up in my own mind. I know what it looked like at the 10th year. I know what it looked like at the 75th year. So like trying to like find a middle spot and trying to correct their ages. It's just really cool because I'm kind of going into this book blind. I get to make it up in my own head. Granted, there are some things where it's like, okay, I know so-and-so's a blonde because I saw them whenever they were 40. Right now they're 20. So it's interesting, to say the least, that this book, I'm having such a different experience than I've had before. I will say, let me find the page for you because I want y'all to open your books and flip through it on page 108. 108. When you guys are reading this for the first time, or if you want to go back and flip through it and open the page, that so far, remember I'm on chapter 11 right now, that is the most vicious thing I have ever read in my entire life. That is haunting, to think about the fact that he just has to stand there and watch this happen. Obviously, I can't say much because I'm trying to make this a spoiler-free thing, but go to page 108, read what I was just forced to read, and tell me that that is not the most disgusting, vicious, evil thing that you've ever read. The Hunger Games, obviously it's known for being harsh. Obviously it's known for being very violent, very graphic, very just like horrible, duh. But I think out of all the things that I've read, that haunts me because I work with kids. That also just adds such a layer to his character that I didn't know was there. So I'm definitely excited to go, and after I finish this book, I definitely want to go through and reread like chronologically and just read it. I think that would be really, really fun. Maybe I'll make that a video. But just to see the things that I'm learning right now about people and seeing if I can tell with how they are in the future books and being like, oh, you made that comment or that's why you feel that way because in Haymitch's games, this happened to you. I just think Suzanne Collins is fantastic. If she does not win awards for how incredible and how perfect her little like weave making, she's amazing. She's incredible. I love her. Anyway, this clip has gone on for way too long because I could sit here and rant all day, and you know what? I will. But I'm gonna go get a couple chapters done. See you guys later. Bye. Do I look cute? So I did end up reading what I said I would, but I didn't get very far. I am on chapter 15. I just am anticipating the fact that we're about to go into the Hunger Games, and I'm shaking to my core. I'm so scared. Also, I got new nails today. Holla. Yes, that does say 23 because I'm turning 23 on Wednesday. And I'm actually not excited about it. It's crazy. My whole life, I was so excited to be the number 23 because that's like one of my favorite numbers. And it's my first birthday without my mom, and I'm kind of just like... And to emphasize the point, my mom's birthday is the day before mine. It is 10:03, 11. I'm going to read for 50 minutes and then go to bed because I have church in the morning. Anyways, every second I'm sitting here talking is a minute I'm not reading my book, and you guys logged onto the vlog for me to read the book. So I'm gonna do what you guys want. No, my heart can't take it. I am on chapter 25. I read through the entire Hunger Games section in about 2 hours. So, Haymitch won! Spoiler alert! Wait, no it's not. I will share more of my thoughts tomorrow. Going into this book, I told myself, do not get attached. Like, all these characters are gonna die. We know this. We know that Haymitch is the sole victor of the 50th Hunger Games, and yet I got attached. And yet I'm still shocked for the fact that they all died. Which honestly, this makes me feel so deeply for the people who read The Hunger Games without watching the movie or without getting spoiled about the fact that Peeta and Katniss both survived. Because you read The Hunger Games and they put an emphasis on, you know, only one victor, only one victor. So the whole time you read the book and you just know that Katniss and Peeta don't end up together. Like, you're reading the book and you've no idea. I don't know. My heart just really goes out to them because they had no idea that Peeta would make it. And so the whole time reading the book, people were probably like, bye, Peeta. I just think, me being in a grieving season, I think loss is such a heavier thing for me now. I have a little bit over 50 pages left in the book, so that is going to be my... Oh wait, just kidding. I have exactly 60 pages. Can I not do math? I'm going to read it tomorrow once I get back from work. It is 1:20 a.m. and I wake up at 6, so I do need to be quickly getting myself into bed. That's my update. I will finish the book tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey y'all, it is quite literally months after I filmed this video. I am editing the video right now, and the last video that I took with like my final thoughts on the video, my audio is not working. So I thought I would just come on here and fill y'all in on my thoughts, seeing as I don't even remember what I said in the video because I can't hear it. I'm like looking at my camera, like trying to read my lips, and I'm like, girl, I don't even know what you said. So anyways, it's June. I filmed that video. My last thought to y'all was like March 28th. So I like kind of don't really remember my final thoughts, and I really do apologize for that, y'all. I thought I had it covered, but I didn't. I will say in that vlog, since I'm editing it, I did a really good job of giving y'all my thoughts like basically part by part. So pat myself on the back because I did good. So that's why the ending, like this clip right now, is going to be kind of short because I feel like I watched you guys through my whole like mindset and thought process while I was reading it. So congrats to me for making this part easier. I will say that final part was some of the hardest I've ever had to read, simply because we all know that the Capitol does some really horrible things to Haymitch. That is not a spoiler because we read about it in the Hunger Games. And so I guess reading Haymitch watch his mom die was so hard for me to read. The fact that the month previous I watched my mom die, and so I really felt for Haymitch in a way that I wish I didn't. The writing was so powerful and it was so devastating. Suzanne Collins has a way of writing and making you feel everything. So even if I hadn't gone through the loss that I had the month previous, I still would have been hit so hard by her writing. And just Haymitch's agony was written so well and so deeply that it was kind of just like hard to do anything but sob with him, because that is horrible. My final thoughts, I gave this book 5 stars. I thought it was really, really well done. It was a fantastic read. I think it was the most brutal of the books, but I think it had to be very brutal in order for Haymitch to be as deep in the revolution as he was. I think if he had any less brutal or violent of an experience in the games,
his passion and just relentless desire to overthrow the Capitol wouldn't have been as fierce in the Hunger Games books, if that makes any sense. I know a lot of people are like, wow, it was just like brutal, it was just violent. It needed to be. It needed to be. Or else Haymitch wouldn't have been the invisible, behind-the-scenes driving factor for Katniss if he didn't personally have his own vendetta against the Gut Petal. I thought the book was amazing. If you haven't picked up on it yet, I tried my best to not spoil it in this book, and I don't think I did. But read it. It is so good. The book is actually so good. So go read it. If you like this vlog and want to see more vlogs, hit me up, subscribe, stay around. I have so much fun filming these videos. Right now I'm doing a mass edit of like 5 different videos, so you guys will for sure have videos for the next 5 weeks. I love to film, but editing is like kind of hard to get motivated for, so I don't know. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all later. Subscribe. Bye.